Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Steelers are dealing with sudden Najee Harris issue. Heading into Week 13 against the lowly Arizona Cardinals, the Pittsburgh Steelers were expected to come out with an easy win and improve their chances of being playoff-bound in the final stretch of the 2023 NFL regular season. Unfortunately for Pittsburgh, that's not what happened this past Sunday, with the Cardinals getting the best of Kenny Pickett and company on their home field at Acrisure Stadium. Along with getting beat by a team they should have beaten with relative ease, the injuries have started to pile up, with Pickett, TJ Watt, and now running back Najee Harris dealing with ailments. Fortunately, the Steelers have the easiest game on the schedule coming up, as they'll face the 2-win New England Patriots in Week 14, but it will be a short week, which doesn't bode well for these players being ready to play. According to ESPN's Field Yates, Harris has a knee injury that he's dealing with and hasn't participated in practice. New England is not the same dominant team it once was when superstar quarterback Tom Brady was leading the charge for the Patriots, but it doesn't mean Pittsburgh won't have a tough challenge ahead of them against Bill Belichick and company. At this point in time, the Patriots want to finish strong before heading into an NFL offseason, where the team will likely make some drastic changes. As for the Steelers, Pittsburgh will want to get healthy while putting pressure on the division-leading Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North and taking a step closer to clinching a playoff spot. This Thursday the Pittsburgh Steelers will turn to Mitch Trubisky to start at quarterback when the Steelers take on the New England Patriots. Kenny Pickett had surgery on a high ankle sprain but will be out somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 4 weeks. On Tuesday, starting running back Najee Harris was asked about the leadership of Trubisky. Typically when a reporter lobs up a softball like this, players take full advantage to hype them up to the press. But not Harris. Sometimes Harris's honesty is refreshing, but this time it makes us nervous. When asked about the leadership of Trubisky, all the reporter got from Harris was, "It's fine, I guess." Then, when they followed up about his style, all they got was vocal, "I guess." This doesn't exactly inspire confidence in the Steelers' offense to get on track this week finally. The Steelers fired Matt Canada 2 weeks ago, and we saw something of a bounce back in Week 1. But last week, after Pickett went down, everything went wrong. Hopefully Trubisky does better than Harris is anticipating and can lead the Steelers to a win. Steelers could bench Kenny Pickett after return. The Pittsburgh Steelers nearly benched Kenny Pickett before deciding to fire Matt Canada in hopes of creating a spark for their young quarterback. But after that spark died just 1 game later, they may not be all in on Pickett moving forward, and his injury doesn't help the situation. For at least the next few weeks, Mitch Trubisky will be the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Things can go one of 2 ways with Trubisky under center: either he plays well and creates the conversation of Pickett not returning to the lineup, or he plays poorly, and Mason Rudolph gets another opportunity in the NFL. Either one can happen, but if Trubisky turns out to be a positive addition to the offense, it's not certain Pickett's return from injury means a return to the starting 11. What needs to happen for Trubisky to claim the starting job again? That's easy. Just as easy as what he needs to do to lose it to Rudolph. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have a major shortage at quarterback for the next few weeks of the NFL regular season. The franchise's starting signal caller, Kenny Pickett, will undergo surgery on his injured ankle this Monday, and will be out for 2 to 4 weeks, sources told Jerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Pickett suffered the injury on a red zone run in the second quarter of Sunday's 24-10 loss to the Arizona Cardinals. Mitchell Trubisky, who replaced the 25-year-old starter, also had a recent ankle problem, but trained hard all week and was able to perform. Kenny Pickett returned to the Steelers sideline wearing a boot. However, he wasn't the only injured player in Pittsburgh this Sunday. Safety Minkah Fitzpatrick broke his left hand, although he put it in a cast at halftime and finished the game on the field, according to what head coach Mike Tomlin said after the game, according to Brooke Pryor, from ESPN. Pickett completed 7 of 10 passes for 70 yards before leaving the field. Trubisky completed 11 of his 17 pass attempts for 117 yards and a touchdown during the team's loss. However, their only score came late in the fourth quarter as the Steelers trailed by 21 points. Kenny Pickett's struggles in his rookie season continued into his second year in the NFL. He has just 2,140 yards, 6 TDs and 4 interceptions, with 2 of those TDs coming in the last 9 games. However, his improvement was evident after the dismissal of former offensive coordinator Matt Canada. the loss leaves the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-5 on the year. Luckily, their next match will be against the New England Patriots on Thursday Night Football, where Pickett's absence may not be so felt, given the rival situation this season. Steelers could sign Super Bowl champion to bargain deal in 2024, analyst. The Steelers could be an ideal landing spot for a former Super Bowl champion in 2024. As suggested by Matt Holder of Bleacher Report, one of the biggest positions needed for the Steelers is at linebacker this offseason. Holder suggests Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive captain Lavont David as a free agent the Steelers should pursue. David can bring this and more as he builds a career as a well-rounded sponsor, Holder writes. He has performed well in the Pro Football Focus rating system against the run this year, and for several years, and has had 14 TFL through Week 12 of this season. Plus, he's getting older and might be willing to accept a cheaper deal to play for a Super Bowl contender. David has been the linchpin of the Buccaneers' defense since being drafted in 2012, earning 3 All-Pro selections along with a Pro Bowl candidacy following the 2015 season. Although David is 33 years old and one of the most talented linebackers in the league, he is entering the final years of his career. After playing on a 5-year contract worth $50.3 million from 2015 to 2020, David has played on smaller deals since then. After signing a 2-year contract worth $25 million before the 2021 season, David returned to Tampa Bay this past offseason on a 1-year deal worth $4.5 million. In other words, he would likely play under a similar, if not lesser, deal for the opportunity to play for Steelers and compete for another Super Bowl ring. According to Pro Football Focus, David's game continues to rise. The veteran linebacker posted a 66.0 defensive rating and a 70.5 rushing defensive rating this season. With the exception of Marquise Bell's 80.5 defensive rating, those grades are actually higher than any of the Steelers' current linebackers. Perhaps most importantly, David was a remarkably durable linebacker during his 12-year career. He missed just 12 possible games in the first 11 years of his career. By comparison, Vander Esch has missed 23 games, and counting, in the last 5 seasons alone. Steelers recently made a run at free agent linebacker Shaquille Leonard. The Steelers should consider signing David to a cheap contract. And you fan, what do you think of the Lavont David situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.